Welcome back, everyone. I'm your drawing DM, and today Galahound 19 and I decided to do a D&D Fusion collab. So let's find out what that means.
Now, we agreed we were gonna do like fusions, but based on like a D&D classes. All right, and you chose a rogue, a druid, and fighter,
Yep, those were the three that I chose.
and I chosen barbarian, cleric, and paladin. Okay, so for your rogue fusion, I'm suggesting Ezio from Assassin's Creed because he's a total classic, and I know this is a bit of a stretch, but I'm suggesting Scizor from Pokemon. I mean, think about it. He's agile, quick, does a lot of slash attacks. No, that's pretty much a rogue.
I chose Zack Saturday from the Secret Saturdays as the third character to fuse with the other two suggestions, mostly because the family needs to keep their operations of capturing cryptids a secret. And every time I think about a rogue, I'm thinking they're very secretive, they're stealthy, things of that nature. So I thought this would be a great pick. I'm starting off with the rogue first because it wasn't originally my favorite in the group, and I struggled a lot with it, but more on that later. I settled quickly on my second sketch posing out the character, and I began attempting to fit recognizable design pieces from the three characters directly onto the sketch. I ended up attempting to make the hood look a little bit more like Scissor's crown shaped head, but it looked way too wonky. It was definitely the wrong move, so I settled for Ezio's hood with Zack Saturday's symbol or logo on it. I had to adjust the position of the right hand, and instead of crossing both hands, I had to shove it more to the right. But if you thought that's where all the issues were going to end, honestly, you're wrong. Let's take a listen to what Galahound had to say about the initial submission.
But I can't really see the scissor in the character. I like your use of colors, but what's all that in the background?
I'm bad at backgrounds. Those are just supposed to be just random buildings in the background. They're terrible, I know.
I just swooping through Rainbow Town.
Now, the rust really does set in when you take 6 months off of drawing. So, like any good artist, I had two choices. I could leave the Rainbow Town Rogue the way he was, which honestly, imagine playing a very colorful rogue with low stealth. That might make for some fun role playing scenarios. I don't know. Sorry for getting off track. But the other option was to reattempt another background and incorporate something that feels more Scizor like. So, I chose the latter. I ended up deciding on a more vertical perspective with the character who I'm naming Zach. Zacchio leaping off of a concrete wall while casting the cantrip firebolt in the shape of Scissor's hand. So let's go ahead and check out the final results.
Now, for your fighter, I suggested Harley Quinn and Lady Thor, or is it Mighty Thor, or whatever you call the gal.
All right, so I decided to use Ryoko Matoi from the anime Kill la Kill as a third character for this fusion. She's a crazy skilled fighter with her sword, and I figured that would be an easy character to incorporate for the fighter fusion. That being said, female anatomy is something that I've struggled with drawing here on the channel. So to me, it's a lot easier to draw a muscular dude with a superhero body type than a female character. I really like the reference image of Ryoko's pose, but I wanted to draw it from another angle. I was attempting to go for a mystery and intrigue kind of vibe, but I'm not quite sure that landed. Honestly, there's not too much that I liked about this drawing. I really do think it's mid, but after redoing the background for the previous drawing, I had the urge to change the original background of this drawing as well. Honestly, if you look at it, it was terrible. I'll show it over here. But what I landed on was two rock formations silhouetting the character as they stand on some sort of rocky platform. I don't think the background for this image comes off the way that I wanted it to. Ultimately, I think I would make this my least favorite from the group, with the Rogue Fusion just ahead of this one. Now, before I can show you my absolute favorite of this video, we'll have to check out the results of this one. I'm naming her Lady Haruko Quinatori.
For your druid design, I like to see you fuse Plant Girl from MHA with That huge singing plant monster from the Little Shop of Horrors.
All right, so for my third character, I turned to Google to assist me with finding an animal-like character or furry so I could possibly do a piece with a partial wild-shaping druid. I ended up finding an anime called Brand New Animal, or BNA, and the character already had a blue tail and some ears, so I decided to use them immediately. The character's name is Michiru Kagemori. So sketching wasn't working for me on this one, so I decided to block out shapes like I used to and build them up into a character instead. And I'm really glad I chose to do it this way because I found myself quickly locked in and in a groove in a matter of minutes. I decided to make a small change to the fusion by adding in leather armor and a cape because otherwise the drawing was going to look super plain. And I'm also glad I decided to do that because it gave it a more D&D vibe compared to the other two fusions that I did. So the next time I do a fusion video, I think I can just go ahead, incorporate the clothing of the fantasy world that I'm thinking that it belongs to, whether it's high fantasy, sci-fi, fantasy, those types of things, and just incorporate them into my fusion characters next time. Out of all three drawings, obviously, without a doubt, this one is my absolute favorite. I think the colors came out great. The pose came out great. The ideas for like the staff, like the quarterstaff having the little plant monster's head on it, I thought was cool. I loved the way the hair was rendered. There's a lot about it that I was such a big fan of, and I'm glad I get a chance to show you guys the final results.
In the corner of the tavern where the fire roars so bright, we gather round the wooden tables deep into the night. The tankards clink like battle swords, the laughter fills the air. With ale in hand and hearty hearts, we've not a single care. Raise your mugs high, let the ale flow free. Sing a tune for the ages with our company. Through the storms and the shadows, through the tales we tell, we'll drink to our friendship in this hallowed shell. The bard plays a melody that shakes the rafters strong, a song of kings and vagabonds, a story fierce and long. We toast to every hero, to the fool and to the wise, and drink until the morning sun ignites the eastern skies. Raise your mugs high, let the ale flow free. Sing a tune for the ages with our company. Through the storms and the shadows, through the tales we tell, we'll drink to our friendship in this hallowed shell. Oh, the bonds that are forged with a tankard in your hand are stronger than the mightiest steel across the land. For every hearty laugh and every cheerful cheer is worth more than all the gold a king could hold so dear. The barrels empty, let the stories weave their spell. Tonight we are immortal in this lively citadel. For when the night has ended and we part our ways once more, the memory of this revelry will echo evermore. Raise your mugs high, let the ale flow free. Sing a tune for the ages with our company. Through the storms and the shadows, through the tales we tell, we'll drink to our friendship in this hallowed shell. We'll drink to our friendship in this hallowed shell.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the fusion video for this part of the collab. Don't forget to check out Galahound 19's video to see what characters I suggested for them to use for their Barbarian, Cleric, and Paladin fusions. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment about your thoughts of this video, leave suggestions for future fusion videos, and subscribe if you're new here to keep up to date with new D&D art content. That's it from your Drawing DM. I'll see you all in the next video.